Oh no, I think the phone on my desk is ringing. What do I do? I am not ready for this.
Hi, David. Are you okay? It is just the phone. It is part of working in an office.
I know, Emma, but this is my first week at this job. I have never handed to answer a work phone before. I am so nervous. I am afraid I will say the wrong thing.
That is a completely normal feeling. Answering the phone in a professional setting is a skill, just like anything else. But it is a skill that is very easy to learn.
It does not feel easy right now. At home, I just say, hello. I know I cannot say that here. What if it is an important client? What if they ask a question I cannot answer?
Those are all valid concerns, but we can prepare you for them. The phone has stopped ringing now, so let's use this quiet moment as a training opportunity. I can teach you the basics.
You would do that? That would be so helpful. I want to make a good impression and be a professional employee.
Of course, a professional phone manner is important for the whole company. Let's start with the very first thing you say when you pick up the phone, the greeting.
The greeting. Okay. This is the part that makes me the most nervous. What is the right thing to say?
The perfect professional greeting is clear, polite, and informative. It should include three parts: a polite opening, the name of the company, and your own name.
Three parts. Okay. So, what is a good, polite opening? Is hello okay?
Hello is fine, but it is a little informal. A more professional choice would be good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on the time of day.
Okay. So, I will start with good morning. What is the second part again?
The second part is the company's name. Let's say our company is called Innovate Solutions. After your opening, you say the company name. This immediately lets the caller know they have reached the right place.
So, good morning, Innovate Solutions. That makes sense. And the last part is my name.
Yes, you can say David speaking or this is David. A very common and professional phrase is simply company name, your name, speaking. So you could say, good morning, Innovate Solutions, David speaking.
Good morning. Innovate Solutions. David speaking.
It feels a bit long, but it is very clear. It is perfect. It tells the caller everything they need to know in one sentence. After that, you can add, how may I help you? This shows you are ready to assist them.
Good morning. Innovate Solutions. David speaking. How may I help you? I think I can remember that. I should write it down.
That is my next point. That is an excellent idea. The secret to professional phone calls is to always be prepared. Before you even pick up the phone, you should have a pen and a notepad right next to you.
Why is that so important?
Because callers will give you information, and you do not want to rely on your memory. They might give you a name, a phone number, or an order number. If you write it down immediately, you will not forget it.
That is a great tip. I will feel much less stressed if I know I can write things down. I will not have to worry about forgetting the details.
Exactly. Being prepared with a pen and paper makes you look and feel more professional and in control. It shows that you are organized and efficient.
Okay, I have my greeting And I have my pen and notepad ready. Whew, I feel a lot better already.
Good. The best way to build confidence is to practice. Let's do a quick role play. I will be the caller, and you answer the phone. Are you ready?
I think so. Okay, I'm ready.
Ring, 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 ring.
Good morning, Innovate Solutions. David speaking. How may I help you?
Yes, hello. Could you please tell me your company's business hours?
Our business hours. Oh, I know this. We are open from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., Monday to Friday.
Thank you very much. That is all I needed.
You are welcome. Thank you for calling. How was that, Emma? Was that okay?
That was excellent, David. Your greeting was perfect, and you answered my question clearly and politely. You see, you can do this.
Thank you. That practice helped a lot. But what if the caller asks something I do not know the answer to? That is what I worry about.
That will happen all the time, and it is perfectly fine. Nobody expects you to know everything. In that situation, you might need to ask the caller to wait while you find the information or find the right person to help them. This is called putting someone on hold.
Putting someone on hold. Is there a polite way to do that? I do not want to be rude.
There is a very polite way. You should always ask for their permission first. You can say, "Of course, one moment please," or "Could you hold for a moment while I check that for you?"
So I am asking them to wait, and what do I do then?
Then you press the hold button on your phone. This usually plays some music for the caller so they know they are still connected. Then you can find the answer.
And when I have the answer, I come back and press the hold button again?
Exactly. And when you return, you should thank them for waiting. You can say, "Thank you for holding. I have the information for you now." It shows that you value their time.
That makes sense. Ask, put them on hold, and thank them for waiting. What if I cannot find the answer myself? What if they need to speak to someone in a different department?
That is another very common situation. In that case, you will need to transfer the call. This means you send the call from your phone to someone else's phone.
Okay, how do I do that? I see a lot of buttons on this phone. One of them says transfer.
That is the one. But before you press that button, you need to tell the caller what you are going to do. You should never transfer a call without telling the person first.
That is a good rule. So what should I say?
You could say, "The best person to help you with that is in our sales department. I will transfer you to them now. Please hold."
So I tell them who they will be speaking to and what I am doing. That sounds clear.
It is. It manages the caller's expectations. After you say that, you would press the transfer button and then dial the extension number for the sales department. The phone system will do the rest.
Okay, transferring a call seems manageable. But what if the person they want to talk to is not available? For example, what if they ask for my manager, but she is in a meeting?
That is another excellent question. In that situation, you will need to take a message. This is one of the most important jobs when answering the phone.
Taking a message. This is where my pen and paper will be very useful.
Absolutely. First, you need to politely explain the situation. You can say, "I'm sorry, Ms. Smith is in a meeting at the moment.
Would you like to leave a message?
Okay, so I offer to take the message. What information do I need to get from them?
There are 3 essential pieces of information. First, the caller's name. Second, their phone number. And third, the message itself.
The name, the number, and the message. That seems simple enough.
It is, but it is very important to be accurate. For the name, if it is an unusual name, you should ask them to spell it. You can say, "Could you spell that for me, please?" For the phone number, it is a great idea to repeat it back to them to make sure you wrote it down correctly.
Repeating the information back is a great idea to avoid mistakes. I will definitely do that.
It shows you're being careful and professional. Let's practice this. It is a very important skill. I will be a caller asking for our manager, Ms. Smith. Ring, ring.
Good afternoon, Innovate Solutions. David speaking. How may I help you?
Hello, may I please speak to Ms. Smith?
I'm sorry. Miss Smith is in a meeting at the moment. Would you like to leave a message?
Yes, please. My name is Alex Chen.
Alex Chen. Could you spell the last name for me, please?
Of course. It is Chen.
Thank you. And may I have your phone number, please?
Yes, it is 555-123-4567.
Okay, that is 555-123-4567. And is there a brief message?
Yes, just tell her I am calling about the project invoice.
Okay, so I have a message for Miss Smith from Alex Chen. The number is 555-123-4567, and the message is about the project invoice. Is that all correct?
That is perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome. I will make sure she gets the message. Goodbye. Wow, that was very detailed.
It was perfect, David. You got all the information and you confirmed it. That is a perfect message.
That practice really helps build my confidence. I think I can handle most calls now. But what if I cannot understand the caller? For example, if they have a strong accent or if the connection is bad.
That is a situation that can be stressful, but there are polite ways to handle it. The most important thing is not to pretend you understand when you do not.
Right, because then I might give the wrong information or take the wrong message.
Exactly. It is always better to ask for clarification. You can politely interrupt and say, "I'm sorry, the connection is not very clear. Could you please speak a little louder?"
Okay, so I can blame the connection. That is a good way to avoid making them feel bad.
Yes. Or if they are speaking too quickly, you can say, "I'm sorry, could you please repeat that a little more slowly?"
And what if I just do not understand a specific word or name?
Then you can ask them to repeat it or spell it. We already practiced asking someone to spell their name. You can use that for any word. Honesty is the best policy. It is more professional to ask for clarification than to make a mistake.
I have learned so much. I have my greeting. I know how to put people on hold, how to transfer calls, and how to take a perfect message. I even know what to do if I cannot understand someone.
You have covered all the most important skills. There is just one last thing to remember: how to end the call professionally.
I think I did that in our practice. I said, "Thank you for calling," and "Goodbye."
That was perfect. You always want to end the call on a positive and polite note. Thank you for calling is excellent. You could also add, have a great day.
That is a nice friendly touch. So, thank you for calling. Have a great day. Goodbye.
Yes, and here is one final tip that shows excellent etiquette. You should always let the caller hang up first.
Let them hang up first? Why is that?
It ensures that they have finished saying everything they need to say. Sometimes people remember one last thing at the very end. By waiting for them to hang up, you make sure you do not accidentally cut them off.
That is a very thoughtful detail. I will remember that. Thank you so much, Emma. I feel 100 times more confident now. I think I am ready for the next time the phone rings.
I know you are. You will do a great job. Just remember to smile before you answer. People can hear a smile in your voice.